Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa with Bible Chat with Lisa, and today I wanted to talk about something that I feel we need to hear it much more than we usually do, and it's entitled. Today's segment is entitled "When Does the Golden Rule Apply?" And some of you might even be thinking, "What exactly is she talking about this time?" and "What is the Golden Rule?" and so on and so forth. So I want to go right straight into explaining what the golden rule is, and we're going to the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 12. And it actually reads as follows: Therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. So, in the last week or so, I can tell you that there's a lot of stuff going on in this world. We see a lot of innocence of life being taken. And we need to be asking ourselves, would we do bodily harm to someone? Would we verbally do harm to someone? Do we like it when it's applied to us? When someone's doing wrong to us, whether they're stealing from you, they're hurting you, or whatever, do we like it when someone treats us poorly or badly? And this is where the golden rule comes in. So in my thought of approach in this is the golden rule needs to apply itself in your life and in my life all the time, 24/7. We need to be considering the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You'd see a lot more happiness and a lot of people that are a lot better off than what they are currently is. Not wanting to start arguments, fights, and hurting one another. I also want to take us to the book of Luke, because again, you might not think that this is a topic that's worth talking about, but actually the golden rule is one that needs to be talked about and discussed. It's mentioned at least 63 times in the Holy Scriptures, so it's an important one that we apply it in our lives and think about it. Again, I'm going to take us into the 6th chapter, 31st verse of the book of Luke, and it says, And as you would that men should do to you, do you also to them likewise. Very, very similar to the same wording as found in Matthew 7:12. But again, it's mentioned, and I think it's important that we read the scriptures, we know what the scriptures are, so that we can then know how to live our lives on this earth. There's a lot of things like I have a husband that has a very high stress job, and sometimes stress can play an interesting part in our lives. It can get you agitated, it can get you annoyed. All these other feelings can come out, and you always have to keep yourself in check. And that's when this golden rule needs to be applied. So even if you have differences of opinion with other people, it might be your neighbors, it might be your co-workers, apply the golden rule to that, and you're going to find out it's going to be a much better outcome for you and for that other person. It always works better. I'm going to take us into the book of Galations 5:14, and this is another beautiful one. I just really feel it's so strong. It says, For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, that's pretty empowering. I see a lot of people, and they're not too happy with their neighbors. I just got done chatting with mine before I came on to do this video, and I had a wonderful, wonderful conversation with this neighbor. And we're able to talk about the things that are important and the things that aren't so important. And just love one another, comfort one another, embrace one another. And if there's a difference, make peace with one another. Again, this golden rule applies to everything that we say, think, and do in our lives. We need to be applying it. I can tell you, our government would be really good if our governmental leaders would do that as well. The last one I'm going to read is out of 1 Peter. It's chapter 3, verse 9. It says, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but contrariwise, blessing, knowing that you are thereunto called, that you should inherit a blessing. How wonderful is that? Okay, so here, don't return evil for evil. If someone does bad to you, turn the other cheek. As Jesus would say, turn the other cheek. But here it gives us, it speaks that you should inherit a blessing. That's pretty amazing. It takes it one step further, and it gives us a blessing. When you apply that golden rule to your life and the way that you treat other people, the Lord's going to bless you for that. He will bless you. He will embrace you for that. So think about all the things that takes place in your life. It might be a difficult job that you might have. It might be like my husband, like I said, he has a high-stress job. But he always seems to make the co-workers and the people that he works with get along. And I think that's really important. We need to also get along. And if we call ourselves born-again Christians, we need to set the example. We need to let people know that we are in His precious Word, and we know what it says. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That is the golden rule. And so I pray that this has been a blessing to each of you today. It's a beautiful sunshiny day here in the Sunshine State of Florida. And I pray it's sunny where you are as well. God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.